Right now at 5, from feelings of freedom to anxiety, it's a mixed bag for all of us when it comes to getting back to normal. What a psychologist has to say about loosened COVID rules. Speaking of those restrictions, your experience at restaurants will soon be different in Dane County. Just how much things will change for customers and for staff. Plus, an exclusive one-on-one with Sauk County's lead investigator who thinks they're closer than ever to solving a homicide that has stumped detectives for months.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. If you feel a little uneasy about ditching the mask, hugging someone, or just shaking hands again, you're not alone. In fact, a year of pandemic protections could take much longer to shake off. Gabriella Becerra explains why no matter what you're feeling, it's okay. Gabby?
Well, Eric, a hug turned into a wave from 6 feet away, and a handshake is now an elbow bump. And we might have some anxiety about socializing and going back to the way we used to do things, and that feeling might not go away right away.
Brenda Jessen meets new people every week while selling her plants at the Hilldale Farmers Market.
It was interesting because at first we saw people, you know, kind of trepidatious about everything.
She sees firsthand the way things like shaking hands and socializing with strangers has changed during the pandemic.
That's what a lot of people have said to us is, oh my gosh, I almost forgot how to have a conversation, or I almost forgot what it's like to walk around and to see other people and interact with people.
Clinical health psychologist at UW Health, Dr. Victoria Egizio, says those feelings are completely normal.
Humans become anxious and kind of uneasy whenever there's change.
She says people will go back to doing what used to be typical tasks at their own pace, and that's okay.
Although we've kind of spent the most of our lives interacting with people, just kind of naturally having hugs and closeness and being out in public, a year off from that actually is a really long time.
Egizio suggests figuring out what you're comfortable with and then asking the people you interact with the same questions.
How do you fit into these guidelines? How are you following these guidelines? Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated?
Those are conversations Jessen hears every week, a new form of greeting that will likely stick around for a while.
So many people come up and say, oh, I'm vaccinated, and, you know, they feel so much safer. People are pent up and they're ready to get out, and you're right, they're ready to ditch the mask and to get back to normal. So we're ready for that too.
Dr. Egizio says not everyone will be ready to drop the pandemic protections all at once. She suggests talking to your own doctor to find out what your level of risk is for different activities.
All right, Gabby, thank you very much. A little over an hour ago, Republican lawmakers have reinstated a requirement that unemployed people look for work to qualify for benefits. Democratic Governor Tony Evers suspended that requirement last March as the pandemic started. Lawmakers have extended the suspension for months by passing emergency rules. The legislature's Republican-controlled Rules Committee voted just hours ago to reinstate that requirement beginning next week. Now, the requirement was slated to automatically be reinstated in July, but Republicans want to move it faster to alleviate a shortage of workers as the pandemic wanes and businesses reopen. Republicans unveiled a bill yesterday that would end a $300 weekly federal unemployment supplement. In the past 24 hours, nearly 20,000 Wisconsinites received a vaccine shot. This says under 400 new cases were reported. Nearly 40% of all Wisconsinites have now completed their vaccine series. That's over 2.3 million residents, and over 45% have had at least one shot. And here in Dane County, over 54% of residents are now fully vaccinated, and nearly 25% of kids 12 to 15 have had at least one shot. If you live in Rock County, there will be a vaccine clinic. This is tomorrow at Edgerton High School. That clinic was planned for students and parents, but walk-ins are also welcome. Health officials will be giving the Pfizer vaccine from 2 until 5 tomorrow at the high school, and those who are under 18 do have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian. 2 weeks from today, Dane County's current mask order will expire, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to go maskless everywhere. Christina Laurie explains why even vaccinated people might still need a mask when dining out.
Our restaurants are just like the rest of our society.
Each menu is different, and so are individual mask requirements.
I know plenty of staff that are ready to be done with all the restrictions, and they're vaccinated and they're comfortable. I know others that, you know, they're a little more cautious.
Starting June 2nd, Dane County restaurant owners will be able to establish their own rules when it comes to masking up.
I wouldn't quite throw those masks away yet.
And what you need will likely depend on where you go.
there's going to be a little bit of time where some are going to require it, some not, and so on.
Wisconsin Restaurant Association President Christine Hilmer says restaurants are helping encourage vaccinations, with many offering incentives like free beer or coupons. She doesn't expect owners will require customers show proof of vaccination, but employees.
The natural first step is talking with all your employees.
That's a different conversation.
We kind of already had our plan in place for if and when we got the news.
Jordan Bright, managing partner for the Madison-based Food Fight restaurant group, is already consulting with the company's HR team to legally collect vaccination information from all employees, not because the company is mandating it.
The pandemic isn't over. Like, we still have been very focused on contact tracing.
But because there are still different rules for vaccinated and unvaccinated people.
It won't be a light switch where June 2nd hits and it's a free-for-all.
Whether you'll be dining at one of Food Fight's more than 20 restaurants or another local spot, it's a good idea to either call ahead or check online before leaving your mask at home. Remember that masks help protect other people, so even if you are fully vaccinated, they will help keep local restaurant workers safe. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Scattered showers throughout the day. We could see some wet weather the rest of the week. Let's get your certified most accurate forecast now with meteorologist Dana Fulton out on the patio. Dana?
Right now we're in quite a soggy pattern, but out on the patio currently we don't have anything coming down from the sky. Wouldn't be surprised though if we do have a few more shower chances build in through the rest of the evening. As we look at our Doppler track over the last 3 hours, most of us have seen a dry afternoon with that cloudy sky overhead, but the spotty showers starting to build in into parts of Rock County and Greene County right now. Much of the rain is still further south into parts of central Illinois. It has been quite a cloudy sky today. It's a little warm and a little muggy outside. Temperatures this afternoon climbing up into the 70s. We're at 74 right now in Madison. Dew points have been in the mid to upper 60s. So we had some patchy fog this morning, and even now it still feels just a little humid outside with all that moisture hanging around with us. 79 currently in Janesville, very close to 80 degrees. And while today we didn't quite hit 80 degrees in Madison, notice the temperature jump this afternoon. That will continue into tomorrow. So we'll have another temperature jump for tomorrow afternoon thanks to this breeze coming in from the south. It'll help our temperatures climb up close to 80 degrees, if not into the lower 80s for some parts of southern Wisconsin. Comes along with some wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts could get up to 30 miles per hour. So a breezy day expected tomorrow and more shower chances for Thursday. Might see a few showers for Friday, and as we look ahead to the start of next week, we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. The lead detective on the Devils Lake homicide case feels like he's one call away from solving it. Adam Duxer sat down with that detective today for an exclusive conversation on the efforts to find John Schmutzer's killer. Adam?
Well, Eric, John Schmutzer, a UW graduate, was 24 years old when he was murdered at Devils Lake Park more than 7 months ago. Tonight, police are once again asking for your help to find his killer, but they've also been able to turn some tips into a lead they feel could be their most substantial one yet. We've learned from police that it was a random attack and that the killer didn't know Schmutzer at all. Rather, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they've spent thousands of hours going through hundreds of tips and issued and executed more than 30 search warrants. And tonight, the lead detective says finding the killer would bring much needed closure to the Schmutzer family.
We want nothing more than to solve this for John and his family. John didn't deserve this. His family didn't deserve this. And I think that the person responsible for this needs help.
And that's Lieutenant Chris Unker of the Sauk County Sheriff's Office, who has been the lead in this investigation. And he says 3 people are still working daily on this case. And with witness interviews, they've got a description of a person of interest they feel could be responsible. You can catch our full exclusive interview with Lieutenant Zunker and the details on who they're now calling the runner tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Adam, thank you. A Wisconsin juvenile court judge accused of possessing and distributing child pornography is in federal custody tonight. Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Brett Blumey was taken into federal custody after making his initial appearance in court earlier today. 40-year-old Blumey of Cottage Grove was first charged in Dane County Circuit Court back on March 17th with 7 counts of possession of child pornography. Investigators say Blumey uploaded child pornography through the Kik messaging app 27 times in October and November. After weeks of controversy and debate surrounding the homeless encampment at Rindall Park in Madison, the folks living there will be allowed to stay, at least for now. A near 10-hour city council meeting ended at 4:30 this morning. The council unanimously decided to delay a decision. Jamie Perez shares why they pushed it off and what will happen next. Jamie?
The mayor called this a complicated legal landscape. She said the city has so many legal issues to work through that she didn't want to make a formal decision until they can come up with a viable solution. So for now, all the folks staying at Rindle Park will be allowed to stay there until the city comes up with a more permanent plan. Now, those legal issues that they cited are legally defined campgrounds, zoning issues, public health issues, the authority of park commissioners, the use of temporary permissible encampments, and so forth. Now, today I spoke with the alder who co-sponsored the resolution to not evict the folks at Rindle Park. He said short term, he's happy that the houseless folks can stay, but long term, this is an issue that needs a more practical solution.
So the question of the statutory authority around campgrounds and permitting, basically how can we go about making some place in the city legal for folks to sleep if they don't have a home?
Foster said in the next couple of months, it will likely be a very active conversation as they work quickly to find a viable legal solution for these folks. Again, he's guessing that it could take about 2 to 3 more months before the problem is presented to City Council once again. In the meantime, city staff have been instructed to not evict anyone from Rindle Park.
All right, Jamie, thanks for that update. Governor Evers calling for a special session for the legislature to expand Medicaid for Wisconsinites.
We're not only going to expand access to health care for tens of thousands of people across our state. We're also going to use that $1 billion that we saved and put that towards economic development projects in every corner of the state.
The governor signed the executive order to take up the bills next Tuesday. He says the bill lawmakers take up would use $850 million in federal stimulus money tied to expanding Medicaid on hundreds of projects across the state. The governor's announcement comes as Wisconsin recently learned the state will receive $700 million less under the American Rescue Plan Act than previously expected, and that's due to the state's higher employment numbers. Republicans have long resisted Medicaid expansion. State Republicans are responding to the governor's call for this special session, saying, quote, "This is a thinly veiled political maneuver by the governor. We intend to gavel out this unserious stunt," end quote.
Dane County will invest $2 million to kickstart a new job training initiative and a 4,800 square foot expansion at Badger Prairie Needs Network.
That site will be used as a gathering space for job training, wellness programming, and a relaunch of community meal program on weekends for underserved communities. The $2 million in funding for the Needs Network's building expansion will come from Dane County's local aid allocation in the American Rescue Plan. A resolution to approve the funding will be introduced to the county board in the coming weeks. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, the House is set to vote on legislation to create an independent commission to investigate the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. And a surge in hate crimes. Dozens of cases missing from official statistics. Our investigative team kicks off our State of Hate series. That's tonight. Next hour, News 3 Now at 6. And another day of red numbers on Wall Street. The Dow falling another 165 points. The NASDAQ gives back just 4. The S&P drops a dozen. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, Tiffany Haddish hosts the new season of Kids Say the Darndest Things, followed by SEAL Team and SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
The best Memorial Day mattress deals start now at Ashley Home Store. Shop top brand doorbuster beds like these up to 60% off while they last. And get the best deal in the country on Tempur-Pedic, plus 6 years interest-free. And free delivery guaranteed within 5 days on in-stock beds. Ashley Home Store.
UltraDeck Inspire, decking that makes life easier. Natural wood grain texture you never have to stain or paint. Slip-resistant surface that takes on weather. Durable, long-lasting material that takes on life. Tough, sustainable, and beautiful. UltraDeck Inspire for every lifestyle. Exclusively at Menards.
Right now, get 11% off everything, including UltraDeck at Menards.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 18% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 Chevy SUV models, or get a $4,000 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us,
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care, we can do more. We can achieve more.
we can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Pick up the latest issue of Madison Magazine for a ride on the RV craze. Follow a first-timer's trip to mindfulness. Check out the menu keeping a State Street Bistro in biz. And get spicy with your summer meals. Madison Magazine on newsstands now.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
The biggest sale of the season starts now. It's the Memorial Day sale at Ashley Home Store. Shop in-stock doorbusters up to 60% off while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices. And no interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
We have 2 pop-up vaccine clinics.
Come on down and get vaccinated today.
It is an important day for you parents out there.
I'll feel safer, yeah, knowing that I won't get sick.
We know that these are effective vaccines.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters.
Thursday on News 3 Now this morning, Chris Reese is going to update those storm chances.
And a local company in the 608 is making luxury dog treats with a purpose. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 Thursday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Fighting in the Middle East continued for a 10th day today. Israeli officials say at least a dozen people have been killed as a result of Hamas rocket fire, while officials in Gaza report more than 219 dead from Israeli airstrikes. Hamas officials tell CBS News it will stop launching rockets at Israel if Jewish settlers cease the eviction of Palestinians living in a disputed East Jerusalem neighborhood, and if Israeli forces and police agree to never again enter the Al-Aqsa Mosque, as they did earlier this month. On Capitol Hill, a group of Senate Republicans pledged support for Israel and blamed the president for the escalation in violence.
What did Joe Biden do? He came in and immediately began undermining Israel.
Some progressive Democrats in the House are pushing the Biden administration to pause a more than $700 million arms sale to Israel. Democrats are pushing forward with a plan for a bipartisan commission to look into the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. But while the bill was created with bipartisan efforts, it does not have widespread Republican support. The House is expected to vote for a new 9/11-style commission to investigate the January 6th assault on the Capitol. Some Republicans are expected to join Democrats in passing the bill, but GOP leadership urged members to vote no. The legislation met opposition after Republican and Democratic negotiators had struck a deal for equal power on the commission.
The distinguished minority leader sent a letter to Speaker Pelosi asking for an equal 5-5 ratio in apportionment and appointments by Democrats and Republicans on this commission. He got it. He asked for co-equal subpoena power. He got it.
If we truly hope to find answers for the American people, then we must take into account everything, all of the other political violence that's taken place in recent years.
Yeah, this afternoon, the FBI released more videos of the attack, asking for public tips to help identify people taking part in the assault. A look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Dana Fulton joining us now. Hi, Dana.
Hey, it feels a little more like June outside for us right now. We are starting to push towards the end of May already. So take a live look over Madison. Some darker clouds rolling in for us. The same goes for downtown Platteville, where we've had mostly cloudy skies today and a few showers popping up. Overall, the look over the last 3 hours only showing a few isolated showers. Much of the lightning and thunderstorm activity still well off to the west and the south, but wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see an isolated thunderstorm pass through tonight. Again, we do have a few little heavy rain spots for us just south of Janesville and Rock County. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the chance for these spotty showers continuing through the rest of the evening and overnight. That also carries us into Thursday and then a slight chance on Friday. So our shower chances continue on. The warmer weather really ramps up heading into tomorrow and the weekend. We'll be back to the 80s for tomorrow. We stay in the 80s through the weekend and into the start of next week, which is quite a bit above average. This time of year, we should be upper 60s, close to 70 degrees. So seeing high temperatures in the mid-80s with heat index readings above that. It's going to be a little warmer outside for us. Thunder chances building back in for next week. Some shower opportunities, few isolated thunderstorms. We're still in that drought status, as we'll see in a second. So the rain chances building in will help eat away at that deficit. Mostly cloudy skies overnight. Scattered showers possible. Temperatures won't drop too much, only landing in the low 60s for overnight lows early Thursday morning. Throughout the day on Thursday, we're mostly cloudy with the chance for some showers and isolated thunderstorms passing through in the afternoon and the heat of the day when temperatures will be close to 80 degrees. And those dew points will be creeping up also. You're definitely going to notice the humidity again tomorrow. Mostly cloudy for Thursday night, possibly an isolated shower, and on Friday just a slight chance to see an isolated shower mainly early in the day. High temperatures will again be close to 80 degrees. Overall rainfall totals all the way through our overnight hours Thursday and through Friday, barely landing at a quarter of an inch for the high points in our area. Could see possibly a little more along the western edge of the state, but it doesn't look like we're going to pick up a lot of accumulation with these showers that pass through. They're pretty quick and overall fairly light. So I don't think we're going to make a big increase to our deficit or a big chip away at our deficit. But since we do have several opportunities for rain, even these little small events passing through, that'll help get us back on track, and we could certainly use some showers passing through right now. Our 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day really seems likely that we're going to start to trend above average with our rain chances again. We still have a moderate status for our drought throughout southern Wisconsin, abnormally dry all the way around that also, so a little bit of rain. It's not really a bad thing for us right now. 80 degrees tomorrow for the high, mostly cloudy skies, warm and breezy, wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. We could see some wind gusts with some of those isolated storms possible, get closer to 30 miles per hour at times. So a bit of a breezy day, a warm day, a muggy day. That continues into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we hit the 80s and we stay in the 80s with overall chance for rain almost every day except for Saturday right now. It's still going to be humid Saturday though. We'll see heat index readings in the upper 80s. Looking ahead to next week, we'll likely see our temperatures drop back a little bit towards the mid to low 70s. Still a little bit above average, but a little closer to where we should be for the end of May. As far as road conditions right now, we aren't seeing any major delays along the Beltline or for downtown Madison. That's always good news at this hour as more folks are trying to hop on the roads, and certainly no accidents to report for us right now. Just a bit of a slowdown spot close to Fish Hatchery. Downtown Janesville, a lot of construction, but nothing out of the norm for right now. No accidents to report in Rock County. From Janesville to the Beltline, 26 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, a 9-minute drive this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. 2 former members of the Green and Gold are heading to the Packers Hall of Fame, both from the defensive side of the ball. That story ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Wild Easttown Honda, lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V with sunroof for $309. That's $309 and absolutely zero due at signing. At Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild. I'm home. Daddy! Are you making my favorite? Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Just higher.
Come on, boy. Let's go outside.
Sprinklers protect what fire will destroy. Whether you live in a house or a high-rise, protect it with fire sprinklers. Fire sprinklers buy time. Time buys life. Learn more at firesprinklersbylife.com.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Good things come in threes, like 33% off windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest until 2022.
33% off windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Oh, maybe are you going my way? I see you kicking off for hours. Baby, don't know you at all.
All right, team.
yours.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
This is the new Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring automatically. So no more nudging your partner or opting for the couch. Because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base is our first system that detects snoring and automatically adjusts to help reduce it. Your best sleep. All night, every night.
And right now, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
No one sells more. Wild Automotive sells more SUVs and all-wheel drives combined than any other dealer. Wild is the #1 volume SUV and all-wheel drive retailer in Southeast Wisconsin. The more we sell, the more you save. WildAuto.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Two prolific defensive backs are headed to the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame. Charles Woodson and Al Harris will be inducted in the 50th Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame class August 28th. The event was rescheduled from 2020 due to the pandemic. Charles Woodson played 18 years in the league, 7 with the green and gold, where he had 38 of his 65 career interceptions and 9 of his 11 defensive touchdowns. He also helped the Packers win that Super Bowl. Harris played 7 seasons, 2003 to 2009, where he had 14 picks, 2 touchdowns. That very memorable one in the playoffs against Seahawks. 269 solo tackles. Also at the Hall of Fame ceremony, former MLB executive Bud Selig. He'll be honored as the Bob Harlan Leadership Award recipient, and the late Zeke Bratkowski as the Barton Cherry Star Recognition Award recipient. Brewers continuing to push for fans to get vaccinated as they're offering free tickets to those who get the shot at American Family Field. 2 pop-up clinics they'll host May 26th and 27th, right before games with the Padres. Fans who are vaccinated at the clinic will receive 2 tickets to the game. The clinic on Wednesday will be from 4:10 to 6:30 p.m. The one next Thursday will be from 9:10 in the morning until noon. No appointments needed. The Milwaukee Health Department will be distributing Pfizer and also the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The Department of Workforce Development is connecting people getting their vaccines with job opportunities. The DWD's Mobile Career Lab is setting up shop at vaccination sites across the state, beginning with Alliant Energy Center. Career specialists will work with the general public as well as the temporary employees who have been helping distribute vaccines. They can provide information about who's hiring, help with resume writing, and identify training opportunities that lead to new career pathways.
And we know that the job market looks a little bit different post-COVID-19 than it did before, with sort of new skills required of the openings that are currently active in the state. So we're really hoping to connect our job seekers with training opportunities, career pathways, and other resources that we can provide to help them obtain gainful employment.
The Mobile Career Lab will be stationed at the Alliant Energy Center on Wednesdays every week through June. Other Career Lab vehicles will be out in Milwaukee and also in northern Wisconsin. Stay with us for Dana's final check of your First Warn forecast next.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Right now, get $500 off stressless signature-based recliners or recliners with classic power, and $200 off new motorized stressless Max and Mike recliners, the latest great innovation from Stressless. Plus, get $200 off each stressless Mary and Emily sofa seat. Celebrate 50 years of stressless comfort and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
3 days only. Shop the pre-Memorial Day sale at Grand Appliance for the area's lowest prices on hundreds of in-stock appliances. Plus up to $700 in additional savings on top brands. Get great deals like this LG 4-piece package with French door refrigerator and air fryer convection range for just $26.81 after rebate savings. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts since 1930.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 18% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $4,700 cash back on this Equinox. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Struggling to get fresh air this spring? It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion. Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off.
At Champion, we make buying new windows easy. Unlike some other companies, we control every step of the process. We design, build, install, and guarantee it for life.
Stay comfortable all year long and get 40% off all styles. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today.
Patio enclosures. Coming up on the CBS Evening News, welcome back to New York. The city that never sleeps is back in business as restaurants and stores open at full capacity. Plus, this stunning video of a woman trapped under a car will tell you how she survived and the hero officer who saved the day. And our series, Unifying America, the artist working to remove cultural stereotypes from the stage. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Dana's back. That humidity, we're feeling that today.
Yeah, my hair's really feeling it today right now. This is just the summer look. It's very June-like, a little warm outside, a little muggy, with the chance for some showers and possibly a few isolated thunderstorms overnight and for Thursday. Another chance for us on Friday. Friday will also be warm and humid with highs in the 80s. We'll stay in the 80s for the weekend with partly sunny skies on Saturday. Likely not going to see any rain on Saturday, but the chance for showers will return late in the day on Sunday and stay with us into Monday and Tuesday. Once we get through that, likely going to see a bit of a cool down, high temperatures dropping back closer to average in the mid to low 70s, and it won't be quite as humid outside once we get through those rain chances.
All right, Dana and I and Dana's hair will be back in a half hour for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next. Stay tuned.